Hello, I'm Richard Hooper and this is Sat TV Week. Now I'm here at Cabsat where I'm pleased to be joined by Nabil Ben Soussia of IEC Telecom. Nabil, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Now we're here at Cabsat. Why are you here?
Well, Cabsat is a very nice platform to meet everyone, all the stakeholders in the satellite industry. Cabsat is divided cable and satellite in the beginning. Now it's more than Sat Expo and the media part. For the satellite part, I think we are all the stakeholders are available. We exchange news, plans, future development, and we see everyone. It's very important those years because there are a lot of changes happening in the market, and it's really very important to meet everyone and hear about the future.
So tell me a little bit more about IEC Telecom and what it's delivering to the market.
So IEC Telecom is a satellite service provider. We deliver connectivity, voice and data everywhere across the globe. Mainly we focus on places where there is a lack of terrestrial infrastructure. So that means that we operate in difficult remote places as a main area, but also more and more we operate inside the cities as a backup solution for the terrestrial infrastructure. And as we operate in remote places, so we cover first the maritime market because it's always remote, and then operations that are in places difficult to reach or with poor infrastructure. And then we speak about United Nations and humanitarian efforts. That's for us is considered as one of the big markets where we focus our business. And also we have some government business, and we have also more and more enterprise SME backup solutions for, let's say, critical missions, but also for critical services. Today, you cannot have services, you cannot have a server that is relying only on land infrastructure. You better have it also backed up with satellite, especially with the new satellites coming that are making it more affordable and more reliable.
Now, as I say, we're at Cabsat. You've been here before. Have you noticed any changes in the last 12 months? What's significant?
There is significant change in the discussions. The same faces, same people, we know each other for years, but everyone has something new this year. Everyone has more questions and has things he wants to know more about, because the pace of change happening in satellite business this year and last year was just significant. So you really can miss many things. Changes are happening, companies are raising and leaving also the business because big disruption, and we need to understand and assess technology, but also companies, how they are feeling, what is their plan for the future, etc.
So these changes, Neville, how have they affected your business and how you approach it?
The first reaction, I would say, from everyone from the satellite industry when Starlink came and when the LEO, let's say, not only Starlink, the LEO constellations, many were skeptical. It will go through or not. We had OneWeb that went to Chapter 11, came back. So everyone was doubting about the feasibility of the thing and how they will bring their ROI, how financially they will be sustainable. Of course, that's a threat for the current or the previous operator, I would say. But quickly things were settled and everyone find what to do, because in fact the Leo constellations, they increased the market. So it was a bit in the beginning shrinking for the geo operators, for the traditional VSAT operators. The business will shrink because, of course, all customers were, okay, give me Starlink, it's better or faster. And then step by step, they found their niche. Leo extended the market of satellite, and till a very close now gap between terrestrial and satellite. So we see that Starlink is also trying to be, or not trying to be, is now kind of considered as a threat for GSM, for fiber, for so it's overall better quality for the customers, more accessible for the customers, and everyone has to now, with this bigger cake, to find his niche and secure his part.
So looking more specifically at your customers, there's challenges for them. Connectivity solutions are changing. How are you guiding them? What sort of feedback are you getting from the customer?
So customers today, I really don't remember when last time a customer came to me and said, I want this connectivity, this thing, and it was decided. Because no one buys, you buy a connectivity, it is not your end. You want it to do something else. So based on what you want to achieve and what are your challenges, then we can help you with the connectivity. Now, what Leo is bringing to the market is much, much higher bandwidth at cheaper price. Okay, what is changing there is someone who used to buy 2 megabit per second, now can buy 200 megabit per second, nearly at the same price. Does he really need 200 instead of 2? That's the question. Many of them, they need 200 instead of 2. Many, they don't need more, and they need something, it's, let's say, more, I will not say more reliable, but more controlled. Means they want to secure the connectivity end to end. So they need to know where it is landing, how it is going, securing it through a dedicated capacity. So that's for those kind of security. For other companies or businesses, it is very important to control and to know where it is landing. Because, for example, for oil and gas, landing in country is a must. So yes, 200 megabit per second, but it doesn't resolve the one point that you have to take care of. So we try to guide them there. But the big change is the fact that the Leo constellations are reducing the delay to a terrestrial level. That means a lot for end users. No one cares how much is the delay, but we care about it when you step on an offshore rig or where you behind a VSAT operation, going to the geostationary satellite and down, you are around 1 second delay. So it's 600 plus terrestrial thing. So let's say around 1 second delay. That 1 second delay is out of business for terrestrial network. More than 400 milliseconds, the setup is that the packet is considered lost, send it again. That gives a lot of challenges. So when we were operating behind a VSAT, we had to adapt all applications used behind a VSAT to adapt them so they operate normally behind a VSAT. Now you don't do that. Now you bring any application you want, anything you used to use at home in your office, and it's working. And that's a big change. That's really extending the user experience to seamless operations wherever you are. Those are the changes that are happening.
So moving forward, it's a fast-changing industry. You've mentioned some famous disruptors in the market. What do you see as the major changes, and how does that affect you moving forward and how you stay ahead of the competitors and adapt your business?
Well, when things like this are happening or are about to happen, and this is one of the reasons why we are here, just to guess what will happen in the future, we need to adapt at that stage. And you can imagine what this new system, if successful, can bring, and we need to adapt our strategy. In the past, we were spending a lot of time of adapting and creating our value-added services, so our applications are useful for the users because he cannot use his own. Now, with the new system, we have to reduce the time spent on developing those VAS or adapt the VAS to do something else. That's part of what we should do less. But there is also something very important. What is the impact of having 200 megabit per second instead of 2? What is the impact of having the monthly bill of 100 or 200 instead of 1,000 or 2,000? More users and using for anything. Then you have to take care more and more and more about cybersecurity. And I give the example of, imagine we have a city where all the roads are limited to 20 kilometers per hour. You don't need to have lights. You don't need to have policemen in between, because at the probability of collision of 20 when everyone is moving 20 kilometers per hour is manageable even without security. Now, if you move everyone moving 200 kilometers per hour, then you have to be very strict in regulation. The same thing here. We were at 2 megabit per second, limited to occasional usage or to corporate usage. Now it is open for everyone. You cannot do that without stricter rules of cybersecurity. So for us today is more investment about cybersecurity. It's also about looking at the other markets, because it becomes a really very nice backup for many. It opens doors for new projects. Now we can really think about offering connectivity to refugees, offering connectivity to schools. So it becomes more affordable. So you can just package it in a way that increases, let's say, the reach of different consumers in plans that really now we can say about reducing the gap between cities and remote areas. We can today help governments to just remove or reduce the digital divide, to decentralize operations and services across countries, not only be limited to capitals or big cities. These kinds of new things where now we are spending time on bringing those solutions to the market and also explaining to different stakeholders, this is what else you can do with this. Don't limit yourself to what you used to know in the past.
Nabil, thank you for talking to me. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure for me. Thank you.